What's good, y'all? Today, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into one of the most dissected, subliminal-filled music videos of 2025 so far. I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar's latest visual release, a video that isn't just a visual. It's a whole cryptic message, layered with Easter eggs, subtle and not so subtle, dices, and scenes that might just shake up the entire rap game again. If you've seen it, you already know. And if you haven't, well, buckle up, because Kendrick might have just orchestrated the most elegant middle finger to Drake yet. And trust me, there's more going on in this video than meets the eye. Let's break it all down. Now, right off the bat, the first thing I noticed, Kendrick isn't looking at the camera. And I know y'all might think, okay, cool cinematic choice, but this ain't the first time. He did the exact same thing in the Squabble Up video. It's deliberate. He's avoiding eye contact like he knows something we don't, like he's separating himself from the mess. It's anti-performer behavior, not feeding into the energy of the audience. And now he does it again in Luther? It's becoming a visual trademark. Is Kendrick telling us he doesn't need our validation? That he's playing puppet master while the rest of the rap world dances for clicks? Let me know in the comments what y'all think this no-look symbolism really means. Then we move into a hotel room. Now on the surface, it's just a location, but you know how Kendrick works. Ain't nothing by accident. Kendrick's standing in what looks like a fancy penthouse before walking through those sliding doors, and this ain't just a transition. It's symbolic. Let's not forget, hotels have been at the center of a lot of this Drake versus Kendrick narrative. Drake and the Mark Hotel. Accusations. Alleged incidents. Weird tweets. Coincidence? I think not. So when Kendrick walks out of that hotel and we suddenly see him face to face with a GNX covered in a red tarp, that's a statement. That's the reveal. Now pay close attention to the lyrics here. Right before Kendrick UPS the strap, the lyrics say, "Hit him strictly with that 5. And boom, he lets it off. There's no sugarcoating it. That is a metaphorical bullet and a lyrical one. And who's he aiming it at? Come on now. Do I really gotta say it? That's a shot at Drake. A direct one. And it's synced perfectly with the visuals. Kendrick says 5, raises the piece, fires it. He's not hinting. He's declaring war. And just to twist the knife, he smirks right after. Just like he did during the Super Bowl. Kendrick ain't playing fair. He's playing chess. Now look at the floor. That checkered brown and beige square tile? That's the exact same location where Kendrick filmed the original GNX promo. Let that sink in. We're full circling right back to the beginning, right back to where this chapter started. This isn't just a diss video, it's Kendrick rewriting his own narrative in real time. He's placing himself back at the root of the story, ready to dig it up and bury someone in it. Symbolism? Mastered. Oh, and by the way, Snoop and Tom Brady also shot a commercial at the same location. But when Kendrick uses it, it ain't for laughs. It's for war. Let's talk about that red tarp. Now you might think, oh, it's just a car cover. But nah, red tarps in the real world? They're used in construction to mark danger zones. They're used in emergency triage situations, specifically to tag mass casualties. Think about that. A red tarp covering the GNX, the same car from the beginning right after Kendrick metaphorically catches a body. He's not just showing you a body. He's labeling it. But here's the twist. Red tarps can also symbolize a new phase in a process. So, is Kendrick saying this is just the beginning? That the GNX era is entering a whole new stage, one that involves casualties? A phase where he stops holding back? Could be both. That's the genius of it. Dual meaning. Dual threat. Now let's talk about SZA. She walks into a hallway and knocks on room 6. I repeat, room 6. 6, as in the 6. As in Toronto. As in, you know who? And remember, SZA and Drake? They got history. They've collaborated. They've dated. They've exchanged music and probably secrets. So, is this Kendrick suggesting SZA was sent to extract info from Drake? Not saying she's a mole, but the symbolism is heavy. especially considering she was featured on For All the Dogs' Rich Baby Daddy, remember that? Now pair that with the numbers on the door, 6810. Type that into YouTube alongside the word Drake, and what pops up? A Drake video uploaded on June 8th, 2010, 6/8/10. Bro, Kendrick is trolling through timestamps now. Who's playing with algorithms like this? Wild. Next up, the exit sign, but it's not red. It's green. Now that might seem like nothing, but in certain spaces, especially international trafficking safety protocols, green exit signs can signal safe passage. A way out. A signal to victims that it's safe to leave. So, is Kendrick highlighting an escape route? Is he saying this is how you get out of the machine? Or is he pointing to someone, maybe even SZA, who used the green exit to slip out with the truth? Allegedly. Then come the black circles, and yo, these been showing up in Kendrick's videos for a while. They popped up in N95. They're in this video again. They were even featured in a PG Lang commercial during the Super Bowl. Not just design elements, these look like black holes. Symbols of propaganda, of infinite spin, of getting sucked into something deeper. Could this be Kendrick referencing the propaganda surrounding him? The way narratives spin in circles online? The black hole being fame itself? Or the music industry? All I know is once you spot the circles, you start seeing them everywhere. Intentional? 1000%. Another layer? Kendrick filmed part of this video at the American Jewish University in LA. That's right, a Jewish campus. Now, I'ma keep it respectful, but this choice raised some eyebrows. Especially when you consider the layers of the Drake conversation. Especially with Drake's Jewish heritage being a talking point in past beefs. Was it deliberate? A statement? A chess move meant to sting? We'll keep it alleged, but the optics are heavy. Especially when the next fact hits. Who directed this music video? Karina Evans, and if that name rings a bell, it should. Because Karina Evans is the same director who shot Drake's God's Plan music video. That's right, the one where Drake's out giving money to families in Florida, which just so happens to be where XXXTentacion was murdered. Let's not forget, X publicly accused Drake of threatening him before his death. And then Drake drops a charity music video in X's hometown? The pettiness. The sinister undertones. Now Kendrick flips the table and uses the same director from God's Plan to shoot a video potentially dissing Drake. Bruh. And to really twist the knife? Kendrick's lyrics once said, "It was God's plan to show y'all the liar." That lyric hits way harder when you realize he brought in the God's Plan director to show us the liar, and she's from Toronto too. Just, wow, let's go back to that peekaboo sample in GNX. The intro says, "Give a helping hand to your fellow man." That's the same exact phrase that was part of XXXTentacion's Helping Hand Challenge. Kendrick sampling that? Knowing how that connects to X? That's intentional. Drake did God's Plan handing out money, playing savior right after X died. In Florida. Then named his tour Assassination Vacation with a palm tree in the logo. X had a palm tree tattooed on his forehead. The levels of this are insane. Now Kendrick brings all of that full circle. The same director. The same charity motif. The same location tropes. He's pulling receipts. On camera. Now check this. In one of the scenes, Kendrick's wearing a hat. But not just any hat. It says Namanghas Los Angeles. Dig into the origins of the word Namanghas and you'll find it has Sephardic Jewish roots, translated from Hebrew to mean the Lord consoles. So now Kendrick's rocking a cap that reads, "The Lord will console." Is this about healing? Is it mockery? Is it a double entendre aimed at who the Lord's consoling after he fires that strictly with the 5? The meanings stack. Interpret it how you want, and if all that wasn't enough, Kendrick dropped this video on April 11th. That's not random. April 11th is Global Day to End Child SA, a day meant to raise awareness about some of the most serious crimes imaginable. Now remember, one of the most damning accusations against Drake involves alleged inappropriate communication with minors, allegations that never quite disappeared. So the release date alone? Another jab. Another layer. Another reason to believe Kendrick is being surgical with this beef. Point 411. What's the 411? The info? Kendrick's telling you. SCA's verse in this track is also telling. In this world, concrete flowers grow, heartache. She only doing what she knows. Weekends get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. That sounds like someone moving in silence. Meeting in secret. Doing what she gotta do. And concrete flowers? That's Tupac's famous metaphor. A rose that grew from the concrete. Something beautiful out of something broken. It all circles back. Kendrick's painting a picture, using symbols, people, and lyrics like weapons. Listen, a lot of this is layered in symbolism. Alleged messages. Easter eggs. But if you know Kendrick, you know this. Nothing is by accident. He dropped bombs, changed directors, borrowed Drake's people, flipped their meaning, and played with dates, lyrics, numbers, and visuals just to show the world that he ain't done. Not by a long shot. This ain't just rap. This is psychological warfare. But what do y'all think? Is Kendrick just being artistic, or did he just body Drake without even saying his name? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.